feel like I want to say it's been a couple of weeks off with summer retreat, which was much needed and deeply received all the way through to the bone marrow. A bit of respite time for rewilding and connecting with the outer world and with the power of nature and the power of animals and water. So I will carry some of those revelations from the summer retreat into our practice today. I'm just going to turn this down a wee bit. But before we actually begin the practice of the forms, let us arrive and let us presence here, real time. Thereafter, if you're catching this as a replay, let us presence into the panorama of the long now, the totality of this miraculous moment that we do not want to miss, right? And part of ensuring that we're not going to miss the miracle of the moment is making that shift, toggling from the thinking and doing mind into the being mind. Into the being mind, the aspect of your human mind that recognizes that it is a part of everything versus feeling like it's apart from anything. A part of everything versus feeling or struggling with the idea that one might be a part from anything. This is the toggling into the being mind, the aspect of your human mind that is capable of dismantling the spell of separation, of shaking free from those shackles of feeling like we're separate from anything. And that's what, my time in those revelatory moments of being connected to the natural wild world did for me as a practitioner is, it connected that circuitry back up and got those synapses of remembrance and firing. Once it's wiring together, then it's firing together, right? So while you're using today's meditation, which is a dynamic, Qigong meditation, offer yourself moments of no thought. We're in the being mind, not the thinking, doing mind, right? So we're offering ourselves moments of no thought. In the moments of no thought, what it is that we're searching for when we're seeking is available, but only in those moments of no thought. So hold a space for that for yourself. Allow yourself to be like a dog in the waves. A dog who's enjoying running around in the waves of the shoreline is not thinking about anything except for the miracle of the moment, right? Let yourself be like a dog in the waves. So, everything that I offer to you in IP is, it's a trinity system. You are using your body and you're activating your breath so as to deepen the relay that you have with your essence, okay? So, let us begin with the first form. I'm really feeling it in my system that I could just stand here and talk to you for 30 minutes, which sometimes is the practice. But I have some amazing forms that I want to get into. So let's begin. In the Taoist practices, there's a whole family of practice called Qigong, which is Taoist abdominal massage. And some of you have, received through the ages some abdominal massage work from myself. But for the practice of this form today, in this moment, I want you to realize that you can actually be your own therapist in this way. And no better form for getting in as an abdominal therapist than the form of rapid springs. In the West, if you get any kind of massage therapy or body work, they will almost never massage your core where all the organs are, because typically, the therapist will say something to the effect of, all the emotions are housed in the organs and in the belly. But from the Taoist lens, we know that we have to have harmony, we have to have alignment, and we have to have some kind of emptiness in the core body in order for evolution and illumination to alight upon us and to allow us to embody that unconditionally. So Rabbit Springs is a fabulous way, and certainly you've done this at some point, unless you're new, in which case, welcome to IP. Rabbit Springs. So let's do it. Bring your feet nice and wide so that you can relax this whole nerve ganglion at the tail of your spinal column. So we're going to take the arms up and back on a huge inhale through the nose, and then on an exhale through the mouth. You're going to make chi knives, so you're bringing your thumbs into the center of the palms, and you're fusing all the other 4 fingers, and then you're going to bring the back of the hands together like so, and then we're going to move around the clock, which is going to work with the 8-organ trigram in the ball of the belly, the biocosmic orb of energy in your belly, so that you can digest everything that you ate, and so that you can digest all of the enormity of pollutants that are in our modern world environment, and so that you can digest your emotions, so that you are perfectly poised to be present in the miracle of this moment, okay? So we're gonna go clockwise, which will look like reverse, on the screen. So bend the knees, inhale, take the arms up, breathing through your nose. See if you can lift up your heels, inhale. Exhale, bring the backs of the hands together, bring the thumbs into the palms of the hands, and insert the chi knife into 12 o'clock. And you're going to take 3, 1, 2, 3. So you're compassionately getting cell deep, going into the organs in that right underneath the sternum in the rib cage vicinity. So 3 circles in on the wave of the open mouth exhale. Okay, so moving on to 1 o'clock now. So inhale up and back. Exhale through the mouth. Backs of the hands conjoining, thumbs moving into the center of the palms, and then make 3 chi knife circles at 1 o'clock in the ball of the belly. Chi sum. So you're massaging your own organ ring. It's such good medicine. It will, if you can get the frequency and the resonance and the vibration and the wave power of your dantian into incredible homeostasis, so many things will fall back into place. All the things that maybe feel like they are out of place. Moving right into 2 o'clock, okay? So back of the hands, thumbs placed, fingers fused. Exhaling out of an open mouth. 1, 2, 3. Get the wave power through the whole of the spine. Pull the chi up through the balls of the feet, up and through the pelvis. Okay, so inhale, arms up and back. And then 3 o'clock. 3 waves. 1, 2. In the dantian. 3. Don't be afraid to really get in there, because your body is sending all the immense messages via the cascade of sensation as to where you need to go, and maybe if you've gone too far, right? So we're in the being mind and we're listening from the level of feeling. Inhale. And exhale, 4 o'clock. On the wave of the out breath. Don't rush to pull another breath into your body. Let yourself explore the moments of emptiness. Good. Inhale. Oops, as I throw myself off balance, that's not part of the practice. 5 o'clock. 2. Be your own medicine person, right? Inhale. Rabbit screams. 6 o'clock. So we're in the low dantian, and we are offering ourselves moments of no thought. What it is that we're searching for when we're seeking is available when we're not thinking. 7 o'clock. 1, 2, and 3. And inhale. 8 o'clock. 1, 2. Bone deep, get it all the way into the marrow. Inhale. 9 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 10 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 11 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. You're doing great. Last one. Back at high noon. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. Oh, just feel how powerful that form is. Take a moment to be in the being mind, the aspect of your human mind that can, in absolute immediacy, deconstruct all of the shackles, all of the spells that may be keeping you feeling separate in whatever way you may be feeling, so that you can feel a part of everything versus feeling like you're apart from anything. So just quickly before we move into the next form, a couple of years ago, it was in March of 2019, my daughter and I, while our house was undergoing a tremendous amount of reclamation work after the polar vortex, we were in Costa Rica traveling and having a retreat on the ocean there. And we were walking. It was the full moon of March of 2019. And we happened upon a nest of hatching sea turtles who were making their first jaunt from the nest. Legs awakening to the first run of life. And they were running from the nest into the waves and out into the vast unknown of the sea. And so these sea turtles, the ones of course that survived, because it was a massive nest, so many turtles, I think there were nearly 20 that I counted that were running. It was so profound to witness, and I remember even crying a little bit because it was just so primal and wild and moving and meaningful for me as, a human being, a human seeker. And then I went on to learn that, the nature of the sea turtle, the mother sea turtle, who can sometimes swim to the absolute other side of the world, when the time comes for her to lay her eggs, she is born with a natural homing device, if you will. It's innate in her beingness, it's innate in her brain, it's innate in her essence, that she knows how to swim back to the exact set of coordinates where she made her first run from the nest across the sand and into the crashing waves of the shore. She will find her way back to that point of origin. She can find her way home from all the way across the world to lay her eggs. And so there's a teaching for us as human beings in that these practices, this Trinity system of working with our breath and working through our body and working through our emotions and our energetic, habit patterns and so forth, allow us to disconnect from the crystallization and the numbing of modern life and to be in sync with our innate quantum GPS. So we always know how to find our way home. And so bear that in your your being mind. And maybe you're thinking, oh, she's going to teach me a turtle form, but I'm not. I'm going to teach you crane spreads its wings. This is an amazing form. So, find your breath. Before we do anything, I want you to activate your crane mudra. So you're going to press with great gusto, press down through the pad, the radiance point of the middle finger, press down, and then lift up your index fingers and your ring fingers and pinky fingers and thumbs, okay? So, and then spread all of the fingers sufficiently. You are going to preserve this mudra for the entirety of the flow, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate it once on each side facing forward so you can see. And then, because this is a road form, which means that it's a dynamic form, it's a walking form, after I demo once on each side facing you, I'm going to back it up underneath the lamp and then go across the floor this way, okay, so that you can experience it, so we can experience it together in a moving expression. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to bring everything into the dantian. And I'm not using my shoulders, my crane wings. I'm using the soft, sustained strength in the ball of my crane belly. And then I'm going to step my left leg forward, and I'll turn my left toes to the side, and I'll twist to the side and lift up from the balls of the feet, up through the community of the spine, up to the crown of the head, and I'm going to spread my crane wings. So you can stay here, or as you step through and then twist, you can spread your crane wings and come into a bit of a dancing expression of it. It's so good. Now I'm going to keep my shoulders connected together for the whole of this form, and I'm going to cross my crane wings, pull the energy up into the dantian, bring my right leg up, bring the heel down, rotate the right toes to the right, twist and spread the wings, or twist and spread the wings and come into the squat. This is such good medicine. Okay, and then coming back up, bring it up through the dantian, twist. All right, so there we have it. I may be out of the frame because I've really moved very far forward. Let's do this thing. I love this form. Okay, so find your crane mudra. I always feel like I'm like underneath a hairdryer when I stand underneath this lamp. Not that that matters. So, bring your left crane leg in and cross your wings with the left wing in front. And then very lightly, from that, again, that soft sense of strength in the ball of the belly, the dantian, the lower and the middle dantian here are in conversation, conscious conversation. Step the left leg forward, rotate the left toes forward, open the wings, stay here, or open the wings and come down into the squat. And you can rotate, bring the top of the shoulders down and then the top of the shoulders back. Notice that as you move your shoulders, your hands, wrists, and the whole of the arms are also going through the full rotation. Now cross your crane wings, press the radiance point of the middle fingers down, keeping the shoulders together, face forward, bring the right leg up, extend the leg, anchor down through the heel, twist the right foot to the side, twist through the whole of the body. Find an incredible amount of elongation and extension from the ball of your left foot up to the crown of your head, and open the crane wings, or open the crane wings, and then twist, and twist. Notice, even from behind, that I'm taking it all the way through, taking it all the way through my head and my neck. Now I'm pulling energy up into the lower and middle dantian, and I'm crossing my left wing in front, bringing my left leg up. Refine the mudra in the hands, extend the crane leg forward, drop the heel down, twist the left foot to face forward, twist the whole of your body. Open, lots of length from the ball of the right foot up to the crown of the head. Elongate and extend through the crane arms, or into the second iteration of it. Good. So right leg is going to come in front. So the right wing is coming in front. Extend. Drop the heel. Twist the body. Find length from the ball of the left foot all the way through the crown of the head. Tune into what's going on in your body. Inhaling what's going on in your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out of the open mouth. Or coming up, bring the left wing in front. This will be our last one. We're going to bring the left leg up. Extend the leg, drop the heel, twist to face forward. Open or open. Twist the shoulders. Twist the shoulders. Lift through the neck. Twist and twist. Good, and then coming back up. I'm just centering up. You don't have to move from wherever you are. Hopefully you had enough room in the room where you are practicing right now in this moment to go where the road form took you. Ground the hands. Find your spine. So good. Feeling it all the way through the bone marrow, bone deep. And then make a flourish of the hands. Rotate the eyes of the palms to face forward. And then exhale. Good. So similar to how we were moving our shoulders in Crane Spreads Its Wings, we're going to now practice Bear Spears the Fish. As we were driving home last week, in the very late night, we were driving in the wild, wild north country of Ashland County. We saw two bear cubs in the middle of the road, and they just stood there and looked at us for a minute. And, you know, we were the only humans driving on the road, and my God, just so much power. It had really been way too many years since I've been in the presence of bear medicine. And so I've kind of been carrying that bear medicine with me for the past many days, and therefore I want to share with you this Bear Spears the Fish. This is a beautiful summer road form. Beautiful summer road form that is going to help to wring out the spleen and the liver and to empower the kidneys. Okay, so how is that going to happen? It's going to happen by making sure that you get this profound twist that I'll be speaking to here in a moment. So this form, much like the last form, has a particularity in the way that you're going to be using the frequency in your extremities, which are your bear paws. So you're going to bring the first segments of all 10 of your fingers into a little bit of a bend so that you feel like your hands are very electrified, okay? But there's also a softness. So you've got two kinds of polarized energies in this form. You've got the lightness of bear, and you have the heaviness. They are heavyweight masters. So bear that in your feeling mind, in your being mind as you practice bear. So watch here. So versus going like this, where my ribs and my kidneys are parallel with the floor, I want to keep everything perpendicular to the floor, okay? And then I'm going to work with the spear energy and draw my head, okay? So then I'm going to, I'm still in Bear Mudra, I'm going to pull my left arm in, and simultaneously I'm pulling my awareness at the level of sensation into the lower dantian, and I'm going to pull my bear leg in, keeping the shoulders working together as a unit. I'm going to, you see how I passed through, and then I extend lightly, but then with the heaviness of the bear, I'll come into the spear. So this is what my body is doing, and my breath is in through the nose and out of the mouth. And maybe you even get that bear medicine energy of like knowing your roar, right? So then I'm going to bring the spear paw in, still energized here. And I'm going to bring the energy up and through the dantian and twist lightly and then heavily. Oh yeah. Okay, so this too is a road form. This too is a road form, so I'm going to do it and get underneath my hairdryer over here. And I'm going to scoot forward because this is a very diagonal. One thing I want to speak to really quick before we do it. There is a lot of, you hear me talk about diagonal force all the time in integrative practices in a lot of different ways, right? Mental diagonal force, you know, that helps us to mobilize the seemingly impossible but definitely possible future. That's diagonal force. And then somatically we have diagonal force that moves through the totem of the body and then is activated through the breath, and that then thereby computes to your quantum GPS that allows you to settle in to your relaxed incandescence that is the birthright, that is your quantum address, that is your home base, right? Okay, so diagonal force, really get that when you work with the spear. So let's start. I'm gonna bring my left leg through and extend the left leg, heel down, then ball and toes down, and then slide the right foot back just a little bit more so you can really get into the power of the lunge, and then spear, left arm down, and keep this stacking. So right ribs on top of left ribs, right kidney on top of left kidney, okay? And so too for the lungs then, of course. Drop your left ear down for a moment, and then bring your left ear up so your neck is neutralized from the tailbone to the crown. Pull your left bear paw in. Pull your awareness at the level of sensation into the lower dantian. Bring the right bare leg in. Now keep the shoulders moving as a unit. Twist to the side. Kick the right leg out. Drop the heel, then the ball of the foot and the toes. Slide the left leg back a little bit and come into the spear. Stack the ribs, stack the lungs, stack the kidneys. Drop the right ear. Take it bone deep, all the way into the marrow, so you're really not just doing it, but you're becoming it. Normalize the alignment in the spine and in the neck. Bring the right bear paw in. I know you can't see so well because we're moving this way on the road form, but I've pulled my energy into the dantian. I'm pulling the left leg in and moving my shoulders as a unit. I'm twisting to face the other way, dropping through the heel. Ball and toe, rooting, sliding just a little bit back, further through the right leg, coming into the diagonal force. Get this rinsing, this twisting in the liver and in the spleen. Drop your left ear down. Come back up. Bring the right leg in. Twist. Drop the heel. Toe and ball and toe. Come into the spear aspect of the form. Drop your right ear. Let it move you, even if it throws you, right? Let it move you so that the person that you are on the other side of your practice is more alive than the person that you brought to the practice at the beginning. Pull the right arm in, inhale. Bring the left bare leg in. Twist, shoulders moving as a unit. Drop the heel, ball and toe. Slide the right leg back just a little bit. Come into the diagonality, diagonal force. The force of embodiment. Drop your left ear down. Good. Pull it in. Come into the dantian. Remember I said at the beginning, pull the right leg in, bear paw, shoulders moving as a unit. There's a lightness. You feel that? The lightness. And then the heavy weight. And lightness that does not come from thinking, and it doesn't come from doing it, right? It comes from being it. It comes from letting it do you, right? This is the last one. So left heel down, ball and toe the foot down. Slide your right leg back just a little bit so you can get into the power of it. Still in the bear mudra. What sound needs to come out of you in order for you to have a relationship with emptiness? You know, there's an old legend that a master gathered all of his students together to tell them all about the four kinds of horses. So, you know, obviously there's the excellent horse who will run for his or her rider forward and backward and left and right, even before it senses the shadow of the whip. The excellent horse. And then the good horse, which will do the same when it sees the shadow of the whip, and even before, you know, the excellent horse doesn't even need the whip, it just does it. But the good horse will do it when it starts to sense the shadow of the whip. It will run forward and backward and left and right and so forth. And then there's the poor horse, who obviously will do the like when it feels the burn of the whip. And then there's the bad horse, who will run as the rider needs for it to run, only when it has felt the burn of the whip in the depth of the marrow of its bones. Only then will it do, you know, what the rider is asking it to do. And so the master then asks all of his students, so, you know, what kind of horse are you? What kind of horse do you aspire to be? And, you know, certainly everybody in the room wants to be the excellent horse, or if that's not possible, they'd like to be the good horse. And the master was like, well, that's the wrong answer. Because sometimes the excellent horse will reach a plateau in its learning process. We are like the horses in our learning process. Whether you're learning Qigong, whether you're learning how to play an instrument, whether you're learning tennis or fill in the blank, whether you're learning chemistry, whatever, if you are so quick to get something, the tendency to plateau and have complacency at the plateau is oftentimes great. But it's the bad horse or the poor horse who needs to get the message 13 times, who will continue with patience and persistence along its individual pursuits of learning, and very oftentimes will go deeper than the quick learner did right out of the stables. That poor horse or bad horse sometimes becomes the best horse, and sometimes the best horse is the worst horse. So no matter where you find yourself in the trajectory of your learning, no matter what kind of horse you are, we've had a lot of animal energy today. We've had the dog in the waves, we've had the mother turtle and her quantum GPS, and of course we had the rabbit, and we had the crane, and we had the bear, and now we also have this legend of the horse. So take this moment, one hand at the lower dantian and one hand at the middle dantian, and feel your home base, this address that is your body, this power that is your breath, and this grace that is your essence, the Trinity that is informing the you that you are bringing to this moment here now. Thank you so much for being Satnam.